Hi guys, today we are diving into one of the simplest AC motors ever made, the shaded pole induction motor. You will find these inside fans, small blowers, microwaves, turntable and many low power appliances. But first of all, if you love fixing things, learning real electronics and bringing dead devices back to life, you are in the right place. Here on Fix and Tricks, every video gives you practical tips that actually work. So before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notification. It's for you just one click, but for me it's mean a lot because you never know which trick might save your next project. Okay, back to the shaded pole motor. As you see, we have a small AC induction motor. Its name is shaded pole because it's a main pole and the auxiliary name shaded pole that when I opening I will show you how it's work. It's not working. Today we want to find what's the problem if we can, and during this I will explain to you how this kind of motors work. A shaded pole motor is basically an induction motor with a very special trick. The stator has a main pole, and on one side of that pole you will notice a thick copper ring that is the shaded pole. When AC voltage flows through the main coil, it creates an alternating magnetic field, but the shaded coil, that copper ring, delays the magnetic flux on one side of the pole. So now we have a normal magnetic field on one part and a delayed magnetic field on the shaded pole. And this creates a small rotating magnetic field, just enough to push the rotor and start rotation. It's simple, cheap, reliable, and has very low starting torque. Now we are opening it to see what's inside and how it works. These motors are usually tough, but they fail for a few common reasons. First, burned main windings. Second, shorted shading coils. Third, dry or seized bearing or bushings. Fourth, dirty rotor or jammed shaft. And loose or overheated connections. As you see, we opened it. It's the back and it's the front part. This is the rotor of this induction motor. As you see, it's so small and useful for home appliances. Here we have bushings. On some types we have bearings, but on this motor we have bushings. As you see, this is brass bushing on both sides of the motor. And this is the main stator. As you see, guys, these two are the main coils, and if you can see, is the shaded pole. This is the copper ring inside this notch on the both side of the stator. that create a alternating magnetic field delayed according to the main magnetic field, and it's create a rotating magnetic field that cause the rotor rotating. Let's measure the coil resistance. We are checking for continuity. If it's open, the motor is dead. If it's lower stable, the winding is good. Okay, put the multimeter on the resistance meter and connect the probe to the wires of the stator, and as you see, it's discontinued, and there is a breakage somewhere on the stator. Let's inspect more. If we can find it, we can repair the motor, and if not, it's unusable again, and it's just for educational purpose. Okay guys, if you can see, there is some soldering here that soldered this wire to the main coil in this side, and there is a soldering here to solder the coil to this wire. I want to check these two soldering for continuity in the wire, and maybe we are lucky today and can repair it easily. Okay, first check this. Okay, this wire is connected, and this one. As you see, the multimeter doesn't beep, and it means that there is a discontinuity here. Here is some component that now I don't know what is it, and I want to take it out and find maybe the problem is on this component, because there is a discontinuity between this coil and the lead of this wire. Okay, I try to take out the wire. Be careful guys, don't tear the wire because it's so thin. This is a thermal varnish that's so brittle because of the high temperature. Let me to see what's written on the component to find what is it. It's so tiny. Oh guys, this is a thermal fuse. I think this thermal fuse, it's disconnected and it's caused to the motor doesn't work. We can prefer to cutting it from here. So simple. And desoldering this side. Okay guys, now we are trying to solder the coil to this wire. As you know, this is a enamel coating on this copper wire, and for soldering you have to removing that coating. Okay guys, I solder it, checking it's okay. It's okay guys, at least I can organize the wire and put the soldering in the right place, insulated from the body. And now I want to put the rotor inside and close the caps. Okay, good. I tightened the both screw. Now I want to show you the resistance of the coils. It's about 1 kilo. Now I want to connect it to power and show you the rotation. Okay guys, I set up a testing circuit for showing you how the motor rotates. Now I want to power it up and show you the motor was repaired and rotate. As you see, the rotor is rotating and the motor is repaired.